Hey everyone, this is Automotive and More. Today we're going to talk about a little maintenance tip that's so important for any off-road vehicle with off-road tires. Honestly, it's any vehicle at all, but it's a little bit, the more aggressive the tire, the more sensitive the issue becomes. So today we're going to talk about something very simple, tire rotation. So as you guys can see, tire maintenance is a major thing. These tires are expensive, so you want to keep them wearing as evenly and as long lasting as possible. So here is my best tip, for over 10 years in the automotive industry, specializing in trucks and lifted vehicles, doing a lot of lift kits myself here in the past, and dealing with all kinds of issues. This is going to be the best tip that I can give you to make your tires last long. So tires, I usually run my tires a little bit higher than factory recommendations for 1500s and 3/4 ton trucks and 1 ton trucks. If you're not doing a lot of towing, I usually run them a little bit lower. Best way to find out if the tire pressure is good: do a chalk test. Cover a big area of your tire with all white chalk, drive it in a nice even straight road, and then if you have a complete tire mark that's getting rubbed off on the chalk, then that tire pressure is good. You can play with it a little bit higher or lower to see if it's still rubbing off, from end to end. Once you start seeing the tires starting to miss the edges, then you got to lower your air pressure. Another way to do it's a little bit more complicated is and you would have to do this on a straight highway, and I mean it has to be straight if you have a long stretch, is that you would get your tires warmed up. You would hit it with a pyrometer. You would measure the temperature in the middle and in the outsides. If the middle is hotter, then you're overinflated. If the sides are hotter, then you're underinflated. So now let's talk about rotations. Rotations for off-road tires, and this is assuming that they're asymmetrical, that you can put each tire in every single location. So every solid axle truck, let's start here in the back. Every solid axle truck is going to tend to want to wear out the tire a little bit more in the middle. Regardless of inflation, is going to want to wear it out a little bit more in the middle. Reason for that is, especially the bigger the sidewall and stuff like that, when you accelerate, the tire expands and the middle bulges out at speed. It's not visible to the human eye, but it does happen. So middle is always going to wear out a little bit more in the rear. Front, now this is going to vary a lot on which truck it is, and depending if it's independent front suspension, or the problem's even worse on solid axle trucks. But every tire here eventually in the front is going to start making, regardless of alignment, a little bit of cupping on the sides. That's absolutely normal. That's just how front tires wear due to the radius of them turning and how they wear out when they turn. It tends to, slide a little bit more on the back end of the tread, and it wears them out like that. So when you rotate them front to back, that's absolutely great. Eventually the rear tires will even that out. But sometimes when you rotate them every 5,000 miles, you don't get enough wear on the sides to completely get rid of that cupping. So the best solution for that is every other rotation, you're going to cross them in an X pattern. Meaning this tire right here is going to go to the driver's, this is the passenger front, this is going to go to the driver rear, the driver rear is going to go to the passenger front, and the same thing on this side. So this is the driver front, this is going to go to the passenger rear is going to go here. So what that does is that it reverses the rotation on the tire. So next time that tire comes back to the front, because you're going to do this every other rotation, it's going to wear against the cupping and it's going to completely even that out. So just to go over that again to simplify it, you know, you guys are going to rotate your first rotation. You're going to do it front to back on both sides. Second rotation, you're going to do it in an X pattern. So you're going to cross your tires. Then the rotation after that, you're going to do front to back again and then X pattern. That is the best way to get the maximum life out of your tires. Now remember guys, make sure your tires are not directional and that you can put them in any location. So that's just my quick tip of the day. If you guys have any questions about this, any concerns, I've been doing this for myself and customers for over 10 years. I get amazing life out of my tires, the best wear you can get out of them. I've seen people that don't do this. You know, you can either choose, depending on how aggressive your tire is, you can choose to do your rotations every 5 or 10,000 miles. I recommend the more aggressive the tire is, the sooner you do your rotation. I wouldn't recommend any sooner than 5,000 miles because then I do believe that's overkill. But if you do have an aggressive tire, I would do it at least every 5,000 miles and at the most every 10,000 miles. So if you guys like to see more tips like this, please follow Automotive and More. My name is Alex. Please like, subscribe, comment any questions or concerns, and let me know guys. Thank you very much.